bought my mum a flat chopping board, yeah. We're gonna use it though, because it's a good chopping board. We might as well test it out. So, let's see what it is. So we started. Found these mics. Forgot I had them. I used to have them for my podcasting for me. You can watch this on. Professional. Come on. Don't forget to salt your water, because blanching should always be done in boiling salted water. You're not going to cook anything else in this. It's just to blanch. Good Christmas so far. I know my lot are. I'll close the door. Right, so we got all our veg prepped. Carrots, not all, but our root veg is prepped. We've got our carrots and parsnips. And carrots and parsnips are really nice with a little bit of extra sugarness. So we're going to add some salt. Don't be scared to go heavy on the salt, because we're going to add maple syrup into it anyway. So get your maple. Don't go too heavy on the maple. It's just a light drizzle. And then you go like that. Okay, well, that's all of it. Well, I didn't have a lot anyway. I'll go quite heavy on the pepper. This is a really shit shaker, so I'm gonna do it quite a lot. Right, that's all incorporated. So we got oil, salt, pepper, maple syrup, thyme, and rosemary. Just make sure your rosemary is like finely chopped. You don't want to be scrambling and then you get a big fucking bit of rosemary stuck in your teeth. This is done, so we can set this aside. We can blanch our broccoli. Right, so this is probably my favourite thing to make on this menu. We got Hasselbacks instead of roasters. So any potato. These are just box standard Tesco whites. They got little sprouts on them. We're just gonna take them off, and yeah, because I don't like doing roasters. I feel like everyone does roasters. Why be like everyone? So we're gonna do herby, garlicky, Hasselbacks, and it's gonna be fucking. We're gonna do skin on, but we're still gonna wash them. So just get all your potatoes in a colander. Give it a quick rinse, quick scrub, get all of the shit and mud off it, and then I've got a really good way to prep Hasselbacks, and it's gonna come out perfect every time, and you won't ever like cut through it. A perfect Hasselback. How do we do them? You get 2 spoons or anything with a raised surface. You put them like that, like this, so it's even. If you put it like that, then you end up sometimes going like that, and it fucks your lining up. Get one, get your spud, place it in there, and then you just you pinch it like here, and then you never cut too far down. Right, so all of our hassles are prepped. See, you got all the little lines. I like my hassles to have like a bit of a thicker line. And this is a trick as well. It's a really good Hasselback potato. Season the bottom of your tray. I'm only going with a little bit of oil. I'll put it there so you guys can see. I'm gonna add a few sprigs of rosemary. Keep it whole, and then gonna add some thyme. And the thyme we can go like that. Right, for this part, I lost the microphone, so you can't really hear the audio well. But basically, all I'm saying is to add a bit of butter, but not to go heavy with it. Roughly like 25 grams. The butter won't burn since there's oil already in the bottom of the pan. And yeah, I have no idea where the fuck. Oh, I found it. Apparently, I left the mic in the fridge, and I don't know how. Little medical emergency. I need to cut myself now. The reapply because I cut myself at work. What's left to do now? So we've done our root veg, we've got our broccoli prepped, our potatoes are done. What's left now? I mean, prep for the lamb. to prep the salmon, we have beautiful, beautiful rack. Let's just observe the situation because I've only seen it from the side. Okay, you know what? It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Yeah, at this point, I still didn't realise the mic was lost. So basically, what I'm saying here is the butcher that did this didn't really trim the bones that well, so I'm just literally doing his job and French trimming it properly. Yeah, so all you need is a small sharp knife and you just scrape the bone until it's all clean. Here I'm just explaining that all of the sliced onion is going to act as like a bed for the lamb. So we're going to put all of the onion in the baking tray with a bit of oil, and you'll see I'll add butter later in the video. And we're going to let the meat rest on top of that, and that's how we're going to bake it. Yeah, I've still not realised that the mic isn't on me. Don't worry though, the audio will sort itself out eventually when I do realise that I'm missing a mic. Right, we had a little fuck up. I didn't realise, but my mic fell. This is the backup one. It fell somewhere. It's not in the food. I already checked. So apologies for the poor sound quality, but hopefully this one doesn't fall. I have no idea where the fuck it is. I went to my dad. I was like, "Is it in the food?" And I was like, "Nah, nah, nah." I checked it. It's not in the lamb. It's not in the Hasselbacks. It ain't in the veg. It is not in the food. So change of plan. I was like, okay, let's get some lemons. We ain't got lemons. Only had orange. But this is what Christmas is all about: adapting and just having fun in the kitchen. So, what is the point of having Christmas dinner and you're always doing the same thing? Is you're never breaking from the norm. So I was like, why not? Let's do a teriyaki glazed salmon, a miso glazed teriyaki salmon, or something like that. So we have dark soy sauce, some liquid smoke, mirin, uh, light soy sauce. And if anything, this is a shit brand. Don't buy Blue Dragon. Always get Leaky Cum. This is the best. It's just the best. And some corn syrup as well. We have some rare white miso and orange. So we're gonna make a quick little sauce from all of these beautiful ingredients. Right, people, we're back. Took a little break. Needed to chill for a bit. Everything's prepped. When we left off, so this is our glaze for our salmon. Okay, you can't really see. I don't want to spill it, but fucking sexy. Right, now we're moving on to the cheese and slash charcuterie board, because you know you can't have Christmas without little nibbles. You get what I mean? So for the nibbles, we have pigs in blankets, which are there, and they need to be cooked off. And these are the cheeses we have. We have oaked smoked cheddar. This is actually really nice. It's like goat cheese, but then it's I'll show you that. It's goat cheese, but then it's covered in edible flour, and it's fucking amazing. And we have some Dutch smoked cheese. So they're the cheeses. We have some smoked salmon that we're going to put on. And our Italian deli meat selection. So with meats, we're going to make deli meat roses. So it's all going to go on this board. This is going to be the charcuterie board. We're going to have cheese selection and then salmon, which is going to roll up. And I've made a seasoned like cream cheese. We're just going to quenelle that, like rocher it onto the board. Boom, dusted. We've got breadsticks. We've got some little bites in there as well. So I'm going to get this cheese all sliced up and I'll show you the finished product. And I will be doing a little tutorial on how to make the roses. It's really easy. All you need is a glass, and then it's just a real like beautiful, nice decoration for just to spice up your charcuterie boards. Because usually people just lay it out and it looks quite dead. Especially as a chef and in fine dining, The easiest way to elevate a dish is just to add volume. So that's what we're gonna do. This will add height to our charcuterie board. And then like a little unique thing, we're gonna garnish it with rosemary, basil, like bits and bobs. And yeah, I will show you guys the finished product in a second. Okay, so all of our cheese is sliced, beautifully. And now, I love making these. These are so good. And like honestly, if you've never made them before, like all you need is a glass. Try get a glass that is like roughly this shape. So compared to my hand, like it's not a lot like bigger. So you want like quite a small rim. What you get like literally, what you do? It's literally this. Pack them in, and you just work around, and it's this easy. Honestly, it's that easy. You just keep going. Make sure they're packed in tightly. That's the key to this. You want to make sure they're quite tightly packed, and then it's gonna be like stunning. Honestly, like it looks so good, and it will impress anyone that doesn't know how to make them. Because people think that it must take fucking ages to like do all these flowers, but at work, like shout out to Dean, he fucking makes them. Like what? He made like five roses in literally like 10 minutes. It's not hard. So this is a finished product, guys. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. We have some of our veg cooking off now. And yeah, look at that. Just look how simple and like lovely these look. And it literally takes like a couple of minutes. This is a Parma ham and chorizo one. And yeah, this is Luca's charcuterie board. Right, now we're getting closer to serving time, so we're gonna go in with the salmon. So right now we have our salmon in our tray. On the bottom it has a bit of olive oil, not olive oil, cooking oil, salt, pepper, just so the skin crisps up a bit and the skin is seasoned. On the top we're gonna go with a little bit of black pepper. My mic's still, yeah, my mic's still on. A little bit of black pepper. We're gonna go with no salt. We're not gonna go with any salt because this is already quite salty. So we're gonna bake this uncovered for the whole duration, just so it can get nice and charred and crispy in the bottom. Into the oven, 180 degrees for around 20 minutes for the first bit. Take it out and we're gonna glaze it and put it back in. We're gonna do that until either the glaze runs out or when the fish is finished cooking. Keep in mind, salmon can be eaten a bit under. So if you lose patience or you just want to eat it straight away, no shame, because you can't eat salmon raw. We're gonna start on the lamb, the big boy lamb, bad man lamb, as Amrik would say, bad lamb. You get me? Get all cooking and that. Come on. So we need to seal off our lamb. We're gonna use a skillet. We're gonna heat that up as high as we can fucking get it without setting it on fire. We're gonna put it, bam bam, nice crust in the oven, boom, sorted. And after that we're going to start working on our gravy. Right, here is our beautiful rack of lamb. We're going to just hit it with a little bit of olive oil. All right, let's take it out of it. Yeah, it's fine. We're going to hit it with some oil on both sides. Rub that in. Actually, yeah, no, let's take it out. Yeah, okay. So, I'm going to rub it with some oil. This is just going to help the salt and pepper stick to it. With Christmas, you don't really need, like, for whoever's watching that's from my college, you don't always got to do an akbar, yeah, and just fuck it with bare seasonings. All I'm going to use is a bit of salt, a bit of pepper, and some cumin. That's it. Literally nothing else, because it doesn't really need it, because it's lamb. You want to still taste like it's lamb. It's a beautiful bit. It's a beautiful piece of meat, and we don't want to disrespect it with adding like loads of bullshit. Like, yeah, don't get me wrong, it's nice, but we're going for simple, classic, and perfect here. So we're gonna sear this in a stupid hot pan. Make sure it is quite heavily seasoned. Everywhere needs to be seasoned. Is this gonna stand up? Maybe not. Okay, no, it's not gonna stand. All right. Put it here. Don't forget the bottom. Put some salt on your chopping board. Make sure you get everything. Okay. And that's time for the sealing part. Right, it is going to get a bit louder now because I need to turn on the vents. But our pan, very hot. It's got oil in it. And we're going to start sealing it. And just let it sit. Don't touch it if you want. The only reason you should ever touch this for this step is just to press down to make sure that it gets a nice even crust. And yeah, we're going to do this for each side probably like a minute and a half, or just until it gets a nice crust. We're going to do this on every side, even this bit. So we're going to get every single part charred and sealed off, so it locks in all of the juices, and we get a really moist and like juicy product at the end. Okay, it's roughly been a minute and a half. So we're going to flip it, and we're going to see. You guys are going to look first before me. Ooh, nice. That's what we want. That's what we want. Now the size, now the skin gets really crisp. Now that is perfect. That is literally perfect. Because you don't want it too black and you don't want it like anemic. So you can't be looking like me. And it can't be looking like my jumper, yeah? You want it perfect balance. So we have a nice Maillard reaction on the bottom. And I already got a good feeling about it. This might be the best lamb I've ever cooked. This might be the best Christmas dinner I've ever cooked. So here's our lamb. As you can see, beautifully seared off. In there, I just added a few knobs of butter just to help the onions caramelize and cook down. Now what we're gonna do, we're gonna get our last few bits of rosemary. We have used quite a lot of fucking rosemary today. We went through like a whole packet, and unfortunately, the butcher's twine melted off, but that's fine. It won't affect it. It just burnt off and snapped off, and I took it out. There's a few bits there, but inside now we're going to open up. This is a rack of lamb with stuffing already in it, so I'm not going to claim that I made the stuffing. So we're just going to put inside a few things of rosemary, a few sprigs of thyme, yeah, lovely. And yeah, that is it, guys. That is honestly it for this lamb. This needs nothing else. This is already a delicious, beautiful piece of meat, and we've made it like this. You shouldn't really do any more work, in my opinion. You shouldn't really need to do anything more to lamb than this. And for the gravy, right? So now we're gonna make a gravy. Yeah, dead simple. All we really need is some meat stock. I'm going to use chicken because my mum has quite nice bouillon cubes. Not sponsored, by the way. If you want to sponsor me. I'm not never going to say no to that. All we need to do is make it literally water in for that. We're going to infuse some of our wine and reduce it down. And then we're going to add all of the onions and all of the meat juice from the lamb into this, cook it, monte some butter, so whisk in some cold butter at the end, get a nice silk finish, and then we're going to finish it off with some chopped rosemary, and that is it. It's time for the first glaze. Total, we're probably going to do around 6 glazes max. Here's a salmon. You can tell it's still very under, but we have the little like orangey parts now, so that's telling me that it will start to crisp up soon and it's ready for the glaze. So here's our glaze. Beautiful. and we're literally just going to brush it on. Nothing, like, be gentle with it. Try tap it on, because if you rub like that, you'll end up rubbing all of the seasonings off as well. Fish is still very raw. That's what we're looking for, because we want it to be tender by the time it comes out of the bake. So literally this much, that's all you really need. And then back in the oven for another 15 minutes. I did turn the heat up on my oven because I have just so much shit in there. So it's currently at 230. Now that I've opened the door, it's probably gone down to like 200 on the dot. It will come back up to heat, and then the key is once you see the glaze like thicken and it's not really a liquid anymore, that's when you take it out, add another layer back in, and then for the second time you look for the little char marks, and then you keep, after that you keep on applying every 10 or so minutes. The potatoes I have wrapped up in foil just to help it cook through. Key thing with Hasselback, make sure you flip them so you get the oil through all of the little crevices, and then turn up the heat so you get crispy edges, so it's almost like a roast potato. The veg is pretty much nowhere near done. Still needs longer. It's charring up, which is what we want, but I will turn the heat down a bit just so it cooks through, because what could happen, since it has a lot of sugar content in there already, it'll just burn on the outside and not be really cooked in the inside. The what's it called? The broccoli. Literally, that is a 10-minute job. At the end, we're just gonna whack that in a pan, cook it, char it up a little bit, garlic, butter, thyme, baste, serve. The lamb, once again, in the oven. Just forget about it for a bit, and then we're gonna cook, and then we're gonna let rest and then serve. Right, we're at the last finishing steps. We're making our gravy now. So we have our wine in there, bubbling, reducing, cooking all the alcohol out. We have our stock made. Our lamb came out beautifully. It's resting now. Look at that. Wow, wow. We have all of our onion, which we're going to strain off and add into there. And then at the end, we're gonna whisk through some butter, and then boom, that is our. Thank you so much for watching, listening, staying in tuned, and not getting bored with me. It's been great. This year has been like a really good year for my family. It's been a very successful year. I've started a new job, got back into college. Definitely a comeback from last year. And I wish everyone a Merry Christmas, a really good New Year, and I hope your Christmas dinner comes out great. And I know it will, because if you follow this step-by-step guide, it'll come out fucking flawless, and everyone will like it. And like, they will talk about this. People underestimate the value of a good meal. Like, if you put the effort in to cook a really delicious meal for your family, it sticks. They're gonna remember it. They're gonna talk about it. And what's better than cooking? Really, what is better than cooking? Nothing. I don't think there's anything in this world that is a better feeling than cooking for your loved ones. And yeah, so that's it, guys.